Hello. Do not be afraid.
Hi.
That's not the response I usually get when I pop into people's houses. Are you okay?
Yeah, Ren's the one who gets concerned when people randomly show up in the apartment, but I think it's kind of fun.
Forgive me, I haven't been on Earth in a little while. I'm just not used to that response. I usually get, who the hell are you? My door was locked. Why do you have 300 eyes, you know?
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm just used to it at this point. I've got a lot of friends who are demons, so they just sort of randomly show up. Are you a demon too?
No, I'm an angel. Sorry, I'm Andromeda. You can call me Andy. My pronouns are she, her.
It's very nice to meet you, Andy. My name's Abby. My pronouns are also she, her. And by the way, your name is really pretty. Are you named after the galaxy?
Oh, actually, the galaxy's named after me. I made it by setting off a couple chemical reactions there.
That's incredible! I'm a big fan. I love space.
Oh, thank you.
And where are my manners? Welcome to my apartment. It looks a little different than it normally does. We had a pocket dimension leak. Also, follow-up question. What brings you to my apartment?
Oh, it's for someone you mentioned earlier. I'm looking for Ren.
Yeah, she's my roommate. You two know each other?
Yes. She's never mentioned me.
No, they haven't. They've been really busy lately. I'm sure she would have otherwise.
No, it's fine. They wouldn't have mentioned me. We're just old co-workers.
Oh, cool. Anyway, please make yourself at home. I'll go let her know you're here.
Thank you, Abby.
Hey, Ren.
Mortal, I was napping.
Well, rub that sleepy sand out of your eyes. Your friend's here.
What the fuck is sleepy sand? Nope, hold that for another day. First of all, which friend? Roma, Dust, and Light know to come in through my room.
It's not them, actually. She said she's an old co-worker.
Darling, why do you keep letting strangers into the apartment? Do you have a death wish?
Oh, I didn't let her in. She just appeared.
It's too early for this.
It's 3 p.m.
I warded your front door against demons.
Oh, she's not a demon. She's an angel.
What?
She's an angel?
Angel co-worker. Oh joy. What's her name?
Andy. Well, Andromeda. She's really nice. How do you know her?
Like she said, we were co-workers.
Hello, Ren.
Andy, what the fuck are you doing here?
Ren, what the fuck are you doing here is no way to greet a guest, even if you know them.
Can't say what the fuck are you doing here?
Well, not with that tone. At least do it in a fun way so they know you're joking.
I'm not, but fine. What the fuck are you doing here?
You texted me.
Mortal, would you go get us some drinks, please?
Oh yeah, where are my manners? Oh, I'll be right back. Andy, again, it was so nice to meet you.
You too, Abby.
Yeah, I texted you like 3 months ago and you left me on red.
I was busy with work stuff, which you would know about if you were actually at the place you're supposed to be.
I'm not doing this right now, Andy.
Oh wow, very on brand.
Oh, you want to talk about being on brand? You've been here for less than 5 minutes and you're already trying to...
So Andy, y'all were co-workers?
Yes, haven't had the chance to see each other for quite some time now.
Well, work keeps me very busy. You know how much joy it brings me. Still could use some extra help, though.
You have today off?
I do.
Well, that's perfect. Why don't you hang out with us this afternoon?
No.
Yeah, since y'all haven't had the chance to catch up in so long and you're already here, it would be so much fun to hang out with another one of Ren's friends. Friend is such a strong word.
Mortal?
You can tell me all about what it's like to work with them.
Well, I wouldn't want to impose.
Such a great point.
You wouldn't be an imposition at all. No. I suppose I don't have to be back for a little while.
Yay, wonderful! I'll go get us some snacks to go with these drinks.
She's very persuasive.
Mm-hmm.
So where did y'all work together? Because I never pictured Ren with a 9-to-5 job before they came to Earth to be a torturer.
You went for torturer after you left.
Haha, it's a noble profession.
I know it is. It's just not what I thought you'd do.
We worked together in purgatory.
I'm a supervisor there. Ren was too for a time.
Oh yeah, it's run by angels and demons, right?
Correct. A few years ago, Mr. Morningstar was bringing Ren by to get acquainted with how we ran things, and Ren and I worked side by side for quite some time, pushing to improve purgatory. Something to add, Ren?
Side by side is a bit of an exaggeration, don't you think?
I don't catch your meaning.
I would say I did the most work on our projects, more often than not.
Is that what you think?
I do.
What department did y'all work in?
Technically, we worked in different departments. I'm a supervisor in the arrival and sorting department, while Ren was more of a general supervisor, learning about everything. But we still worked very closely on a number of projects.
Oh, so y'all were partners in purgatory?
No.
Yes.
Y'all are a riot.
Well, we certainly fight like one.
You make sure of that.
They really do like picking fights.
Not all.
It's great though, Ren. It shows how passionate you are about things. You fight for the things you care about.
That must be a new development.
What was that?
Fighting for things you cared about. Oh, perhaps you've always been that way. I just didn't know what it was you cared about.
Andromeda.
So, y'all were pretty close back in purgatory, huh?
We were.
You must have been so excited for Ren when they left hell to make her own way.
That's a word for her reaction.
Well, I've always encouraged Ren to use their full potential in everything they do. But I will admit I was a bit taken aback when she told me she was leaving. I just wanted them to be okay. That's sweet of you.
You set a filing cabinet on fire, multiple filing cabinets. Roma said it took weeks to redo all their paperwork.
Well, you would behave a bit rashly too if your co-worker waited until the day before they left to tell you they were leaving.
It's almost like I couldn't find the time to tell you I was leaving because you kept changing the subject to other work projects.
Ren? Andy? Yes. Y'all want to quit dancing around the subject you're avoiding talking about in front of me?
We're not dancing. Besides, Andy can't dance. She's got 2 left feet.
Excuse me?
And that's being generous.
Ren? So, how do you two really know each other?
She's my ex-girlfriend.
They're my ex-partner.
Awesome. Now, a few notes. First of all, I literally picked up on that within the first few minutes of us hanging out. I just didn't want to be rude and say anything before y'all did. So if you're trying to convince people that you aren't exes, I would work on the passive-aggressive comments. Second of all, Ren, you promised you weren't going to lie to me anymore, so why did you lie to me when I asked how y'all knew each other?
I didn't lie. I just didn't tell you everything.
That's lying, Ren!
Oh, it's the semantics.
I'm sorry, Abby. I shouldn't have taken advantage of your hospitality in such a way. I appreciate that, Andy. I forgive you.
Wait, why isn't she in trouble?
Because she didn't make a specific promise about it, Ren. Although I would appreciate it if you didn't lie to me anymore.
Of course, again, I apologize.
You know, I ran into this problem too when I was dating her. And they're not very good at lying, so I don't know why she does it. Right? That tell is so obvious. It's so obvious, exactly.
No. There's 2 of them now. Fucking hell.
Have you seen Star Wars?
Absolutely I have. I helped design sections of space. I love their little made-up galaxies. How does it hold up to actual space? Well, after I watched it, I went and made a cocktail of quirks and sent it into a specific part of the universe so that there's a possibility in a few 100 billion years that it'll evolve into a star system like there was in Star Wars.
That's cool as hell.
Thank you. Also, literally for a second I forgot you were an angel until you said all of that.
Oh, here, this might help.
Wow, an eye reveal. Original.
That's so cool! Angels can transform into whatever they want to look like, so whoever we're appearing to will feel most at ease with us.
Most of the time.
Most of the time? Well, if we're appearing to a terrible person, we can also transform into their worst nightmare, which is really fun!
That is actually pretty cool. I've seen it.
Thank you. Also, I say most of the time we can transform into anything we want. However, I am a little bit limited right now, of course, because you're playing all the parts, so I can't change very much.
What?
Don't worry about it. But generally our eyes look blank before we decide what to change them to.
God, that's so cool!
It's alright.
If I recall, you said they reminded you of freshly fallen snow in...
Ah!
And that's why Treasure Planet is such a good movie.
I completely agree. The Space Pirates vibe? Thrilling. The soundtrack? A banger. The emotional resonance. Tear jerker.
I hate to interrupt this lovely banter, but Andromeda, don't you think it's time you got to the point of why you're actually here?
You texted me to come over, Ren.
I reminded you to come pick up your last box of things.
Then give me my stuff and I'll be on my way.
Oh, but we were having such a good time.
What is your definition of fun, mortal?
Oh, let me get my dictionary.
Not literally, although that was very cute.
Oh, then space talk. We can keep hanging out, Abby. Ren can go.
Not leaving you alone with my roommate, Andy.
Ooh, jealous?
Good lord. Do you remember I also sent in that text you ignored to bring the last of my stuff with you? I'll give you your stuff back when you give me my stuff back.
What stuff, Ren? The stuff in the drawer at my place I tried to give you but you never used? Oh wait, it's empty, just like it was when we were dating.
Wow, real mature. We only stayed at my place because I had more room?
No, we always stayed at your place because having a drawer in my apartment felt too real to you, and you were afraid to get close to me. So, it feels like this is a private conversation.
You really want to have this out now?
So, I'm just gonna let y'all talk this out. Sounds like you have a lot to say to each other. Yes, if you'll finally actually have a conversation with me about it. Some intense things. So, let me just get these very breakable mugs before I go.
Wait.
Not done with your cup?
Stay.
Oh no, I should have run.
Stick around, mortal.
What's your angle here, Ren? Angle? More like who's the angel here, am I right? Get it? It's you, because you're a literal angel. Angel? Get it? Yes, I get it. Sorry, I make terrible puns when I'm feeling awkward.
She does. All the time.
It was a valiant effort. Thank you. Now, like I said, I'm just gonna...
Nope, you're staying.
Why?
You were right. We need to talk through some fairly intense things.
That's one way to put it.
And I think we could benefit from some moderation. From you.
This could be helpful. I actually quite like this plan. I don't.
Why not? You love talking. Besides, you gave me some excellent advice a little while ago. We could use that here too.
Oh, you thought it was excellent? But again, I am not a professional therapist. I give advice when people ask. untrained advice. Oh, we don't need a professional per se.
No, not at all.
Just someone to make sure we don't kill each other.
Exactly.
Not that I don't want to be there for y'all as your friend. It's just, I know I don't have a very strong survival instinct, and yet something's telling me not to get mixed up in a fight between an angel and a demon. Something's telling me. You know, right there in the back of my head. So...
If you do this for us, I will take you to the bookstore and buy you 15 new books.
Holy shit.
Hardcovers.
Well, fuck that voice in the back of my head. Let me go get my notebook. Alrighty, let's do this. What's going on? What's happening? Y'all read each other's throats 2 seconds ago? You know, this is actually great. It's good to be introspective and find the right words, collect your thoughts before we start the conversation. Oh god, this is just a staring contest, isn't it? Alright, how about I start? Good lord, stop that. Now that that's settled, and before you ask, neither of you won. Now, I feel like there are a lot of unresolved issues here, so how about y'all tell me what y'all are feeling?
Shall we start with the fact that you didn't even bother texting me that you would be stopping by? Who even does that?
What stuff of yours do I even have?
I should have listened to that little voice that told me to run.
Start with the fact that you didn't even bother texting me that you would be stopping by. Who even...
Wait, Andy, that sounded important. What did you just say?
I said that it felt like pulling teeth trying to get Ren to talk to me about the important parts of our relationship.
Okay, let's start there.
I never really felt like a great time to talk to you about anything because every other week you would break up with me.
Also a great place to start. Okay, so...
And I always agreed to start going out with you again, Ren, because you said, oh, this time be different. You talk, but it was never different, Ren.
Third time's a charm. Okay, how about we...
It was like you saw me as some piece outside your life.
Like third term's condemned, apparently. Y'all, this isn't getting you anywhere. Y'all! Y'all done made me yell. Now, how old are you?
Wait. Hold on.
You don't know?
Once you get like over 500, you stop counting. Like 700 or something.
And how old are you, Andy?
She's 808.
Alrighty, 700-ish, 800-ish. I'm 25, and yet somehow it seems I have more emotional maturity than the both of you.
I mean, that's
a bit of an overstatement.
Oh, it wasn't a question, y'all, it's a fact. You're acting like children. You're yelling over each other and not actually listening like it's still somehow gonna solve your problems. Now, I apologize for raising my voice earlier, but holy goddamn fuck. I'm glad y'all are acknowledging the feelings that you're experiencing, but yelling and not listening is not the correct way to work through them.
And you say you're not a therapist.
I'm not a therapist, I'm your friend. And I want to be there for y'all, but if we're gonna keep doing this, we're gonna do it my way from now on. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm not calling you ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Now, let me go get Barney.
Who the fuck is Bonnie?
I don't fucking know.
She's your roommate?
How do you think that means I can predict what she does?
You're a celestial being!
She's an Abby.
So here's how we're gonna do this. Y'all are gonna take turns voicing your concerns, and the other person is going to listen without interrupting. And so we know whose turn it is to talk, I have my handy-dandy helper with me, Barney!
So that's what Barney is.
Honestly, she could have held up anything and I wouldn't have been surprised at this point.
Right? I've only been here an hour and I already would have gone along with anything because I don't like her disappointed face. It makes me sad.
Yeah, that was hard on me early on too. It made the whole torture thing very difficult.
So we're gonna start practicing now. Whoever is holding Barney gets to talk, and whoever isn't holding Barney gets to listen.
This is dumb.
And that is why Andy's going first.
Hey!
Thank you. Hello, Barney. Plus, she's our guest.
Bye!
Andy, whenever you're ready.
Ren, when we were dating, you made me feel like I wasn't actually a part of your life. We were together for so long and we had so much fun, but then as soon as I tried to talk to you about something real, it was like you were talking to a stranger. If I asked you about your family or how you were feeling or anything like that, you'd brush me off and act like I was annoying you for caring.
Andy,
Let her finish, Ren, then you get Barney.
Okay.
Ren, you didn't tell me that you were leaving hell, that you'd given up your claim to purgatory, until the day before you left when you were breaking up with me.
Holy shit.
Why do you get to talk? You're not holding Barney.
I get to talk, first of all, because he's my stuffed animal, and second, because y'all asked me to be your relationship therapist for the afternoon, so I get to talk whenever I want. But I do apologize for interrupting a very serious moment. Go on.
Thanks. You know, part of me still thinks that you would have broken up with me over the phone if I hadn't heard about you leaving from Roma and found you myself. Look, I know you tell your friends everything, and genuinely I am so happy that you have that support system, but I was your girlfriend, so why wouldn't you let me be a part of that support too? I felt so extraneous to you.
Thank you for sharing that, Andromeda. Now, I'll take Barney and y'all can have an open discussion about what Andy brought up. Andy, it sounds to me like you wish there had been more open and honest communication between the two of you, and the lack of it made you feel left out of Ren's life? Ren, what are you feeling about what Andy just said?
Andy, you were never extraneous to me, and I apologize for making you feel like you were.
So why did you? Why didn't you talk to me?
Because I was afraid that if I did talk to you about everything, you wouldn't want to be with me anymore.
What?
My family literally rules hell. I have a lot of shit. And I was convinced that if you knew about that shit, about the pressure I felt, about everything I was feeling, it would scare you off. Plus, it felt unfair to burden you with the weight of everything, and I didn't want to put that on your shoulders. So I just didn't talk to you about it.
Ren, that's part of being in a relationship with someone, sharing the load, sharing the burden. You couldn't have scared me off because I was choosing to be there beside you on your team. Do you hear me?
I do.
Great job, y'all. Now, Ren, it's your turn to talk. You get Barney.
Why did you name it Barney?
Oh, well, there was a purple dinosaur and a real dog and my grandparents. You know what? This is actually a long story, and this isn't about me. You talk. Ren, like I said, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
But you have been holding Barney like a piece of trash for the past 5 minutes, and I'm trying really hard not to get offended.
Andromeda. When we were dating, you pushed me and pushed me like I couldn't do anything right in your eyes. So I always felt like you wanted me to be someone that I wasn't. Like, you enjoyed my company enough to be in a relationship with me, like I had enough potential, but I always felt like you wished you were dating someone else who wasn't actually me. I felt like you were trying to turn me into a more palatable version of myself, one that you wouldn't be ashamed of showing off to people. Like, being me wasn't enough, you always wanted me to be something more.
Thank you for sharing that, Ren. I'll take Barney back. Now, Ren, it sounds to me like you were feeling very pressured, and that brought on feelings of insecurity and resentment about the relationship. And Andy, how does what Ren just said make you feel?
Do you know how long I had a crush on you before you asked me out?
You had a crush on me.
I did, for months. And when you finally asked me out, I was so excited.
I never wanted you to be someone that you weren't. Otherwise, I wouldn't have dated you to begin with. But for as long as I've known you, you've had some fairly strong insecurities. And I thought my pushing you might make you feel bolstered. It was my intention to encourage you, but I understand now that the way that I was doing that just exacerbated those insecurities. And I'm very sorry that I did that. For adding to the pressure instead of taking away.
Why couldn't you have just taken me as I was?
Ren, you are one of the most capable and incredible people I know. And sometimes seeing you not believe that broke my heart. It's not a bad thing to strive for improvement. Yes, we're immortal beings, but that doesn't mean that we can't change and do better. You can do so much more than you give yourself credit for. But no matter what happens, you are enough, Ren. And you always will be.
Well, thank you for believing in me.
I always will.
Morta, you're being very quiet. Is there? Oh, God.
That was just really fucking sweet, and I'm really proud of both of you for opening your hearts to each other.
Oh, Abby, are you crying?
I'm not crying. I just have sand in my eye. I fucking hate sand.
That was a great Star Wars reference.
Thank you.
Fucking nerds. I didn't say it was a bad thing.
Okay, I apologize for the waterworks. I'm just really moved by open and honest communication.
That's so sweet. If a bit specific.
And that's not even the most specific thing she'll cry about.
Oh, that's true. I once cried because a character in a movie's voice cracked because they were so emotional while thanking someone they loved.
Wow, that's impressive.
She cried for a week.
I did. I went through so many tissues.
I had to keep getting her Gatorade so she wouldn't dehydrate.
Oh yeah, I forgot humans drink water.
I do too, all the time.
Oh, don't even get me started on how hard I cried at the end of Encanto.
Oh, that makes sense.
Andromeda, really?
What? I'm just curious about a couple things, about how she was made. I'm not going to look at everything. Want a peek?
I'm fine.
What's that?
Your file.
My what now?
Oh, everyone has a file attached to their soul. It's what we go over in Purgatory to determine what your afterlife will look like.
Oh, neat. Can I see what mine says?
It's a bit inadvisable to look at your file while you're still alive, as it could rapidly change that status. There's fire involved. It's actually quite theatrical.
Ah. Still neat, though.
You don't find it weird, someone looking into a file containing everything that you've ever done?
Not really. I've got nothing to hide. Besides, I kind of thought y'all already knew that, like, off the top of your head.
Nah, it's like a research project every time you meet a new human.
That That explains a lot. You didn't look at my file before you came here, did you?
Like I'd need it. I wanted to torture you the old-fashioned way.
And also, I like Andy, so I don't mind her looking.
I like you too.
Oh, new friends!
New friends.
You met her an hour ago.
I'm shocked you still find it surprising how quickly I attach to other people.
That trait's actually in her file.
See? Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go get more water to rehydrate after all the crying I just did. I'll be right back.
Hey, when you put her file back, could you put it somewhere safe? I don't want just anyone to be able to look at it.
Of course. I'll keep it in my office. Are you worried about someone in particular? Amara?
Yeah.
You think she'll do something again?
I honestly don't know, but I don't want to take that chance.
Her file's safe with me.
Thank you.
Ren, I heard a couple rumors from some demons. Is it true that...
Water required. Time to hydrate before I dihydrate, am I right?
Was that in her file as one of her catchphrases?
100% it was.
Alrighty, now enough about me and my proclivity for crying.
It seems to be a lot.
I know.
It is a lot.
I know.
Did it say anything in her file about overactive tear ducts?
Well, actually, back to y'all. Okay, now that you've started talking through how your relationship makes you both feel, you have a choice to make.
God, that was emotional whiplash.
Don't take your grandfather's name in vain.
Oh, it's fine, it's Friday. And on Fridays he's busy playing poker. He didn't hear.
Are y'all done avoiding what I just said? Not much gets past you.
What choice?
You two have a lot going on, still going on. And in my opinion, now y'all have to decide whether or not you want to get back together or call it quits for good.
You think we want to get back together?
I don't know. What I do know from spending the afternoon as your arbitrator is that y'all still have a strong bond. And what you do with it is for you to decide. If you decide to get back together, you've got to know that this is not the last conversation like this you're going to have. This conversation was just the beginning of opening up your communication, and you're going to have to learn to adjudicate the rest on your own without me there to help facilitate.
Not even Barney?
Not even Barney. And if y'all decide not to get back together, I would say you should call it quits for good. Well, you're both immortal. I would say you should call it quits for a good long while.
What do you mean?
Well, you told me y'all have done the on-again, off-again thing for a really long time, right?
Yeah.
That is not fair to either of you. You can't keep breaking up with each other and then expecting the other one to still be waiting for you in a month or two. It's frankly immature and very unhealthy to avoid every real conversation you need to have by making a dramatic exit, waiting for the heat to blow over, and then coming back and pretending like it never happened. Look, asking for space and time is completely fine because that involves open communication, acknowledging the issue and having a discussion about it. Breaking up with someone to completely sidestep a hard conversation is just not okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, I will leave you two to have that conversation. If I hear my books being thrown, I will be calling Roma. And Andy, you have my number. No matter what happens here, we should definitely hang out because I think you're really cool. I think you're cool too. Oh my god, thank you.
Oh god, the two of you.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Wait, Mortal.
Yes?
Leave the dog.
Make sure they don't destroy my room. Seriously, don't break anything, or set anything on fire, or lose my security deposit, or...
Understood.
Excellent.
Mortal?
Whoa, Mamma Mia, here I go again, Mama, how can I resist?
Mortal!
Mama, hey!
What's up with the blender?
Oh, I've been practicing how to say your name.
What?
Yeah, okay, so, that's you, and then, how close was I?
Pretty close, Mortal.
Yes, okay. So, how'd it go?
Pretty good, actually. I think that was the most talking about our feelings we've ever done. Thank you, by the way, for risking your life by being our therapist for the afternoon.
No problem. It was kind of weird being a relationship therapist when I have exactly zero experience being in a relationship, but I'm really glad it went well. I think I've earned a treat. I'm gonna get a milkshake. I can make a milkshake!
Wait. What do you mean? You've dated people?
Yeah, I have dated people.
But you've never been in a relationship?
Nope. I'm exceptionally awkward. You should know this by now. But enough about me. What did y'all decide?
Right. We decided to give it another go. Try the long distance thing.
Yeah?
Well, kind of long distance. The teleporting abilities do help with that.
I agree. I think that might help a bit.
Is that okay?
Only time will tell, I guess.
You're right.
I'm rooting for you guys, though. Y'all deserve to be happy.
You know, you do too.
Why, thank you. By the way, where's Andy? I thought we could all make pumpkin bread together. Either celebratory or grieving pumpkin bread, though it sounds like it's gonna be celebratory.
Oh, she went home, but she told me to tell you she'll text you later.
Oh, yay, that's so sweet. So I guess it's you and me then?
I'm actually gonna go join her at her place tonight. We're gonna have a movie night, so don't wait up. But bring check on that pumpkin bread, okay?
Sounds good. Have fun.
See you, mortal.
All right. Celebratory pumpkin bread. Okay.